The next session is Consular Advice. And I would like to invite Ms. Liza Carr, Vice Consul, British Embassy of Bangkok of Thailand, to give an introduction of Consular Advice. Ms. Carr, please.
Sawadee-ka. Okay, all right. So it's my job this morning to tell you what not to do and to stay out of trouble. You're here for what, 6 to 8 weeks? Okay, please try and stay out of trouble. Okay. Just a little bit about me. I've worked for the Foreign Office for 21 years. I have been working at the embassy in Thailand for 3 years. I've done consular work for 13. So I have seen quite a lot, and I will share some of my experiences with you this morning. The British Embassy here in Thailand, or in Bangkok, has about 160 staff. It is primarily made up of a political section, a UKTI, which is the British business, British interests, working with Thai authorities and building up British businesses within Thailand. That's a bit of a hot potato at the moment. The current British government want lots of business, and so they're working quite hard at the minute. The two biggest parts of the British Embassy in Bangkok are the visa section, and that is issuing visas to Thai nationals who want to visit the UK. And the other biggest section in the embassy is the consular section. Consular work is about helping British nationals who get into trouble overseas, which is why I don't ever want to see any of you again, okay? In the nicest way. You need to, what we do is anytime a British national gets themselves into trouble, they come to us and ask us for help. It can be anything and everything, from losing your passport, to becoming seriously ill and ending up in hospital, to dying, child abduction, missing persons, rape and sexual assault. Basically, running out of money, very popular here, running out of money. So there's lots that goes on here. We have about 800,000, getting on for 850,000 British nationals visit Thailand every year. Last year we had 1,000 cases in Thailand alone. Worldwide, sorry, I have to look at my stats. Worldwide, consular cases around the world, just over 19,000. British nationals required help from a British embassy overseas last year. So part of what I'm here to do today is just to go through with you a few things to try and help you keep safe, stay smart, all right, so you don't become one of our stats. I'm not here to scare you, but I am going to give you some nice stories to take away and think about. It's important, obviously, whilst you're here, it's really, really important that you look after yourselves. How many of you read the Foreign Office travel advice before you came to Thailand? 1, 2 hands, a few more. Good, good, okay. If you haven't done so, it's worth just having a look. It's easy to get at. You can just Google it. The Foreign Office travel advice is basically what we advise British nationals whilst they're in Thailand. What you can do, what you shouldn't do, where you can go, where you shouldn't go. There are some no-go areas within Thailand at the moment that you shouldn't visit. So please do take some time to just have a look at that. I know you're all busy, but it's worth just looking at. It goes through local customs as well. So worth just having a read. The most important things, or the most important messages that I want to give you today make sure that you all have adequate travel insurance. No travel insurance means that if you get sick and have to go to hospital, your insurance company, if you don't have insurance, then you're going to have to pay yourself. And you just don't know what's going to happen to you. Nobody knows, so travel insurance is just a really, really important thing. So please make sure you've got it and it's adequate for your time here and what you'll be doing here. I know you're here to work and you're here to be busy, but you will also have free time. So any sporting activities that you get up to, if anybody's going to go to Laos and go tubing, please don't. But if you do, all right, make sure that you have adequate travel insurance. I'll give you a story. Recent story actually was a teacher who recently sadly got attacked whilst here in Thailand, got hit over the head and had a very serious, he's in fact now back in the UK, but he's still in hospital and still unconscious in a coma. He had travel insurance. Unfortunately, it didn't cover all of his requirements and his needs. His family had to remortgage their house at a cost of £63,000 and spend £70,000 getting him back to the UK so that he could be in the UK to receive treatment. That's what can go wrong, okay? You must make sure that you take care of yourselves, that you stay safe. It's also really important that you understand from the stats I've already given you that it really is a small percentage of people who find themselves in trouble or get themselves into difficulties in Thailand, but it happens and it happens a lot. There are 28 people in the consular section at the embassy in Bangkok, and trust me, we don't all sit there painting our nails. We're there because there's a need for us to be there because there are so many people who need our help whilst they're in Thailand. Passports, it is illegal not to carry your passport on you as a foreigner in Thailand. You can be arrested. It's rare, but it has happened. So my advice to you is to always have a photocopy of your passport on you. Okay, leave your passports in your safes or in your apartments, but keep a photocopy of your passports on you in case you're ever stopped, and then you can prove who you are. And if necessary, you can take the policeman or tourist policeman or whoever it is back to your apartment to show them your passport if necessary. So always make sure you've got identification on you because you may well get stopped. Okay, drink and drugs. Obviously I'm going to ask you not to take drugs. I'm certainly not going to tell you not to drink. I work for the Foreign Office, I drink. But you've just got to do it sensibly. You can't come to Thailand and not have fun, okay? It's really, really important that you all come and have a great time here, but it's also just as important that you go home happy and your families are happy to see you and you've not got into any difficulties. Full moon parties, don't know if anybody's thinking of going. If you do, please be careful. Unfortunately, one of the things that is on the increase in Thailand is rape and sexual assault. It tends to happen at places like full moon parties, bars, clubs. It tends more to happen on the islands outside of Bangkok itself. So if any of you are going to visit any of the islands, again, just be sensible. Don't leave your drinks unattended, just as if you wouldn't in the UK. Don't leave your drinks unattended. Just be aware of your surroundings. Make sure that you're with somebody most of the time. Again, I'm really not trying to. I really do hope that you do go out. I'm not going to try and scare you into never going out whilst you're here. But it's important that you just take care of yourselves and that you're sensible. Drugs, just don't take any, please. We have 90 prisoners. 90 British nationals are currently serving sentences in Thailand, most of which are for drugs. Okay, the penalties for being caught with drugs, even small amounts, are extremely high. You can get a life sentence here for having just a small amount of drugs on you or being with somebody that does. So again, just be wise and just don't get involved in any drug-related incidents whilst you're here. I'll give you some stats, give you an idea. Some of you may like them, some of you may not, but I'm going to share them with you. The Foreign Office has just brought out its Brits Behaviour Abroad. They've just launched out this year's campaign for Brits Behaviour Abroad. Thailand features very highly in that list of the busiest countries which get the most sort of consular work, shall we say. And just to give you an idea, this is running from 1st of April 2011 through to the end of March 2012. But just to give you an idea of what we've dealt with in the last year here, there were